This is Siyao, and I'm gonna give a presentation of information system of Spotify. Spotify is a large music and podcast streaming service and the largest on-demand music application today. By using AI and machine learning, Spotify enhances its user experience through nuanced customer data insights. They have acquired several data science companies to further push the envelope, ensuring they remain at the forefront of the music streaming world. And this is the outline of my presentation. I will be discussing about where is Spotify going and why is it going that way and what is required to support Spotify and how can those requirements be delivered. With tens of millions of users listening to music every minute of the day, brands like Spotify accumulate a mountain of implicit customer data comprised of song preferences, keyword preferences, playlist data, geographic location of listeners, most used devices, and more. Data drives decisions across every department at Spotify. And one example is Discover Weekly, which reached 40 million people in the first year it was introduced. Each Monday, individual users are presented with a customized list of 30 songs. The recommended playlist comprises tracks that user might have not heard before, but the recommendations are generated based on the user's search history pattern and potential music preferences. Spotify has also and in order for Spotify to generate the Discover Weekly personalized music list, the team uses a combination of three models. First one is collaborative filtering. This involves comparing a user's behavioral trends with those of other users. Content streaming platform Netflix similarly adopts collaborative filtering to power their recommendation models, using viewers' star-based movie ratings to create recommendations for other similar users. While Spotify doesn't incorporate a rating system for songs, they do use implicit feedback, like the number of times a user has played a particular song, saved a song to their list, or clicked on the artist page upon listening to the song, to provide relevant recommendations for other users that have been deemed similar. And the second model is natural language processing. It analyzes human speech via text. Spotify's AI scans a track's metadata as well as blog posts and discussions about specific musicians, and news articles about songs or artists on the internet. It looks at what people are saying about certain artists or songs and the language being discussed alongside, if at all, and identifies descriptive terms, noun phrases, and other tags associated with those songs or artists. The third model is audio models. Audio models are used to analyze data from raw audio tracks and categorize songs accordingly. Spotify has also adopted convolutional neural networks, which happen to be the same technology used for facial recognition. In the case of Spotify, these models are used on audio data instead of on pixels. In this way, Spotify portrays itself not just as a platform for popular existing musicians, but also one that provides opportunities for the next generation of budding musicians to gain recognition. Spotify has also acquired blockchain company Media Chain Labs. This acquisition helps the right people get paid for every track, played on Spotify, a task that would only increase in complication as the user base expands exponentially. Media Chain, in this case, is seen as a potential savior for the industry, not only to make the process more transparent, but also to make it more efficient. The Squares with a 2015 survey claiming that a majority of Spotify listeners stop listening to new music after age 33. Decades of internet research have revealed that we are more predictable than we'd like to believe. Musical choice is no different. Due to the construction of our brain, music we listen to as a teenager tends to remain our favorite for the rest of our life. Such data help advertisers pinpoint emotional responses to specific stimuli. An album becomes a gateway to sales across industries. In an attempt to monetize every second of every day, everywhere, imagine this scene. You walk into a store, which has a deal with Amazon to track what items you regularly purchase. As you approach to that apartment, the store checks in with Spotify to discover your most played songs. Since your spending habits are higher than other customers, the store's soundtrack immediately updates to reflect your favorites. This little document boosts ensures an open wallet. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. This is my presentation. Thanks.